Hey guys, British Herping here, and today we're doing a baby bearded dragon care. Start off with, this is just a 40-gallon breeder vivarium, great for about 2 adult bearded dragons. Also allowing for heat distribution across the cage from a hot side to a cool side. Inside, substrate, got some beach chip here. I know a lot of you will say this will cause impaction, but it won't, because obviously I feed them out of a bin. As essential decor, just got a piece of wood here. This is real wood. The reason I use real wood is because it's an insulator, meaning it's going to insulate the heat, not just at the top of his body, but at the bottom as well. As another bit of decor, I've just got a rock in here, some plants, a hide for him at night time if you want to go on it. And I've got this little climbing frame so you can look out into my room. So next we'll move on to lighting. Right, next up we've got heating. In the top right corner I've just got a 60-watt reflector bulb infrared. This is an essential bit of kit as they need heat, as in the wild where they come from in Australia. Obviously it's going to be very hot there. At the top you've got a 10% UVB rod, which is another bit of essential, allowing for natural UV rays, equivalent of the sun. Right, so next we move on to feeding. Right, next up we've got feeding. For feeding, these guys are pretty simple, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can turn pretty bad. So here I've just got some gut-loaded crickets, which is an essential thing for beardies, especially beardies that aren't eating their vegetables. As you can see, they're medium small silent crickets. They can eat anywhere from 30 to 60 of these a day, which obviously you're gonna sprinkle calcium. I suggest getting a Ziploc bag, pouring some calcium in there, get a couple crickets, put them in there, shake the bag, and then they're going to be dusted without you having to dip them in. I've also got some locusts, which I do recommend if you can't get crickets, or if you have a supply of locusts. I suggest these instead of crickets, because crickets are attracted to dark places with cold spots, meaning when you lift up a hide in a cold spot or a dish, they're all going to be under there, hidden away from your beardie. As locusts are a little bit more dumb, and they'll just sit around doing nothing, waiting to be eaten. As a treat, I've just got some waxworms here. You can feed one waxworm about once to twice a week. You don't want to be feeding 10 of these guys, as they are really low in protein but very high in fat. More of a treat. For vegetables, this is why a lot of people like them. You're going to be feeding kale, mustard, collard greens, lots of other types of greens. Stay away from greens such as iceberg lettuce, as it's more about 90% water than it is the nutritional value of such as, say, a collard green. Inside I've just got some colours with carrot and apple, attracting them more. If you look closely, I've just got some mealworms in there, which is good for a baby that isn't going to be eating his vegetables a lot, and when he sees them he's going to go straight for them. And if he misses, which a lot of babies do as their coordination isn't as good as when they are adults, he may swallow up some of that kale or vegetables that he's put in there. For this, before I put it in there, it goes in at the cold side of the cage, and I also mist it down, just mist it over the top of the vegetables, so he's going to get a nice water supply as well. Right, next we'll move on to handling. Right, for handling these babies, it's pretty simple, but you want to be very delicate with them, as they're only small and can easily have issues when picking them up if you squeeze them too hard or you push down on them. So when they're on the floor, like they are, if you have beach chip and you follow along with this, it's more easy, as you can just scoop under the beach chip and then lift him up. Obviously this guy is only a baby, so he's going to be a little more skittish. than usual ones, as I only just got him. And he's quite simple for handling, that's really it at the moment. So thanks for watching guys. And